Good afternoon, everyone. The topic of our presentation today is teachers' beliefs about multilingualism at universities in North Macedonia. So my name is Brikena Xhaferi and I teach at Southeast European University, as well as Gëzim Xhaferi, who is also a co-presenter for today, but we have decided that I present the talk. The outline of our presentation is this. First, we provide a short introduction of the topic. Then there is a literature review part, recent studies, where I have included two of them. Then I will provide research methodology, results, and a short conclusion of the presentation. This is an introduction about the research context, which is North Macedonia. Here are some data about the country. The Republic of North Macedonia is a country located in the Central Balkan Peninsula. It declared its independence from Yugoslavia in 1991. According to the census done in 2002, ethnic groups who live in this country are Macedonians, around 65.2%, then Albanians, 24.2%, then we have Turks, 3.9%, Roma, 2.7%, 1%, around 1.8% Serbs, and other minorities. The official languages in the Republic of North Macedonia are the Macedonian language and the Albanian language. So none of these languages belong to the same group of languages because Macedonian belongs to Slavic languages, while Albanian is a group in itself. In Macedonia, people generally speak more than two languages, which is Macedonian Albanian and Turkish, or sometimes, especially young generations, speak four languages, which is also English or German, of course. This is a short introduction of the Macedonian education system, which consists of the following cycles. First, we have preschool education, which lasts 1 year, and then we have primary school education, which lasts 8 years. Afterwards, we have secondary education, which lasts 4 years, different schools, starting from the gymnasium, different vocational schools, medical schools, and so on. Then we have higher education institutions, which last until 4 years, some of them following Bologna process. And of course, when we talk about the higher education institutions, we have many state and private universities in the country. So this is a list of both groups, the main ones, otherwise there are more. First, we have St. Cyril and Methodius University of Skopje, which is the oldest state university in North Macedonia. This university is also first ranked in the country. Then we have Mother Teresa University in Skopje, State University of Tetova, St. Clement of Ohrid University of Bitola, and also Goce Delchev University of Štip. Then we have private universities, which is the first one, Southeast European University, the university where we teach. This university is second ranked in the country and also the first one ranked among Albanian universities in the region. I'm talking about North Macedonia, Kosovo, Albania. International Balkan University is the second one. Then we have University American College Skopje and also FON University. This is a review of the recent articles and the books that I've gone through. First, we start with the term multilingualism, which is a concept that covers a wide range of linguistic habits. But also the most general definition is that a multilingual person is someone who can speak and use several languages, 3 and more. As I mentioned, in North Macedonia, almost everyone is multilingual, even young children. For us teachers, this issue, teaching in a multicultural environment, is becoming very important. Uh, in general, it's also an issue with other teachers in the world because of the large numbers of immigrants in different countries of the world. Our university, Southeast European University, is known in the region to be multilingual university because the instruction is done in Albanian, Macedonian, and English. We also have studies in German languages. So now we have a quote here. I cited Guy in 2004, cited in Flinders and Thornton. These unfamiliar groups, cultures, and traditions can produce anxiety, hostilities, prejudice, and racist behaviors among those who do not understand newcomers. These issues have profound implications for developing instructional programs and practices at all levels of education that respond positively and constructively to diversity. This is something which is related to our teaching experience as professors of English and German languages at CU. We find teaching in a multilingual and multicultural environment challenging because we have diversity in our classes. It's dynamic, therefore teachers should always try to give efforts to respond to this diversity and in a way create a multilingual approach, just like we do now. Dunphy in 1998 emphasized that this multiplicity can enrich the student's experience, but it can also present an obstacle to the full and productive participation of some class members. It's incumbent on us as teachers in this environment to understand these difficulties and help all of our students to engage fully in their education. Our students, who are mainly Macedonians, Albanians, Turkish, and Roma students, they do have similar background, educational background, but they have different cultures. They have different holidays. They have different habits. That's why we should always try to keep in mind whatever debate topic we choose or select, whatever we say, we try not to offend these groups and so on. So it's really a bit complex, but we really try very hard to achieve successful teaching. Some of the recent studies in my paper, there will be 4 studies, but now I present 2 of them, which are relevant to the present study. Many studies have shown that multicultural education has a great impact on the student achievement. And teachers believe something that this paper deals with is central to understanding their decision making in the classroom. We have Højkash here in her study, which was conducted in Norway in 2016, explored Norwegian language teachers' beliefs about multilingualism and the use of multilingual approach in the third L3 classroom. So in her study, she included 4 groups, in fact, of teachers, comprised of 12 teachers. We have 4 French teachers, we have 6 Spanish teachers, and 2 German teachers. The results of the study showed that multilingualism is useful to language learning, but not necessarily an asset to students. The teachers, participants of the study, claim to make frequent use of their students' linguistic knowledge of Norwegian and English when teaching the L3. Then the teachers rarely focus on the transfer of learning strategies because there is a belief among teachers that L3 learning is completely different from learning L1 and L2. But the teachers also think that collaboration across languages could enhance students' language learning. Study 2 was conducted by Xhaferi and Xhaferi in 2012. The research context is the same, Southeast European University. The main focus of the study was to investigate the techniques teachers used in their instruction. It used 2 methods, teacher questionnaire and classroom observations. The findings from the data suggest that teachers find teaching in multilingual classroom challenging but enjoyable. It's a strong belief among teachers that young generations should learn more than two languages since it's very important for their future career, as well as to learn local languages in order to live in harmony with the others. This shows that people who live in multilingual environments have the ability to speak many languages. This second part of the presentation is a research methodology. The study addresses two research questions, and the ones which have guided the study, they are: what are the teachers' beliefs about multilingualism at universities in North Macedonia, and which are the challenges teachers face while teaching in multilingual classes? The participants are teachers from 4 different universities. I've selected 2 private and 2 state universities, and the teachers' ethnicity is different, as you can see here. They also have different academic degrees. Their gender is both male and female. First group of teachers is from Southeast European University. Number is 10, 7 females and 3 males. 7 of them being Albanians, 3 Macedonian and 1 Turkish teacher. Then we have State University of Tetova, 8, 5 females and 3 males. Then we have Mother Teresa University in Skopje, 6 teachers, 4 males and 4 females and 2 males, 2 Albanians and 2 Macedonians. And then we have International Balkan University. Number of participants is 7, 3 female and 3 males, 3 Albanians, 1 Macedonian and 1 Turkish teacher. Research instrument is a questionnaire which contained 5 domains. It's adapted from Hoykash study conducted in Norway. Domain 1 is about teachers' perspective on multilingualism. Domain 2 is students' language learning knowledge. Domain 3 is language teacher collaboration. Domain 4 is learning materials, and domain 5 is other topics related to L2 learning and teaching. But since the time is limited, I focused only on 2 domains. We have here the results of domain 1, which is teachers' perspective on multilingualism. And the statement is that it's often said that the more languages one knows, the easier it is to learn new languages. So it investigated teachers' opinions. I have highlighted here some answers which were received from teachers. Teacher 1 agreed with this because the brain was already trained for language learning and set for new languages. Teacher 3 believed that languages belong to language families, so if you speak one language from that family, it's easier to learn other ones. For example, Slavic languages, Germanic, Roman languages, etc. Then we have teacher 4, who believed that people who speak more languages are in a way trained to learn new languages. Then we have the opinion of teacher 11, who wanted to add that the more languages you know, the easier it will be to learn new ones. And of course, the teacher stated different benefits. Then we have teacher 22, who said that if one speaks a language of a certain language familiar, then it might be easier learning a different language from the same language family. English is a world language, so this is the reason why English words, regardless of their origin, might be similar in some other languages. And also a statement from teacher 25, who strongly agreed with this because a multilingual person knows how to learn new languages and how he can compare the systems very easy while learning. Then we have domain 3. I have kind of compared the results of teachers from 4 different universities. To what extent do the language teachers collaborate in teaching English to multilingual students at your institution? So here we have some opinions of teachers from CU. there is a great deal of collaboration between the teachers, especially on the syllabus design. Yes, we do, especially in harmonizing assessment methods. And then we also attend the same training. Sometimes teachers publish a paper together, which is on multiculturalism and multilingualism at our institution. Sometimes teachers collaborate and discuss teaching methods. Also, again, we have curriculum design, share ideas, lesson plan. And teacher 23 pointed out that when designing, for example, ESP curriculum, teachers collaborate and choose topics related to the subject of the study. So the topics of the course are usually related to multilingualism and bilingualism. Then we have some responses from teachers of State University of Tetova, who stated that they sometimes collaborated, mainly discussing the course book, not so often during the exam session. Yes, during the COVID-19 online teaching, they collaborated more. Sometimes they worked on joint projects, and teacher 21 emphasized that there is he or she had a very good experience with conferences, and also they collaborated on paper presentation. Then we have some responses from teachers from Mother Teresa University in Skopje. The teachers are not really satisfied with their collaboration. They only do it regarding materials and textbooks. Sometimes when they develop curriculum lesson planning, or sometimes they just attend some conferences together. Sometimes training sessions in the country are required by our institution, therefore we do it. And there is a very useful suggestion here given by teacher 27, who said that teachers should sit and collaborate more. Okay. Then we have some responses from International Balkan University teachers. I believe that teachers collaborate very closely in the English language school. It seems that there is a separate unit within this university. Yes, on course and syllabus design, in choosing debate topics. This is a very interesting idea, because this teacher believed that they should choose a list of topics very carefully based on our historical, ethnic, religious context, and then they discuss some ideas how to make the students who come from a very teacher-centered classroom more independent. And finally, we discuss the assessment methods. Then there was an open-ended question in the questionnaire, which asked the teachers about the challenges they face during teaching. So what changes do you think you should make in curriculum for multilingual classes? We have a number of teachers who believe that they should adopt course topics. Then again, we have 6 teachers who stated that they should modify assessment methods. There were 5 teachers who believed that they should know students' L1 and in teaching materials. Do you think that your institution has handled well the issue of multilingualism? If yes, how? We have a response from teacher of SEU who said, in my opinion, SEU has dealt with multilingualism in the best way possible. There are 3 official languages within SEU, and Language Center usually brings together all the nationalities. Then we have teachers from Mother Teresa University. To some extent, yes. At our university, we have students whose mother tongue is either Albanian or Macedonian. Therefore, for those multilingual classes, the language of instruction is English. However, difficulties arise if students are not very good in English, or if teachers find it difficult to teach in English. Then we have one response from State University of Tetova. Generally, I think that the institution should maybe include more elective courses that will be based on multilingualism. And from Balkan University, I think that not just of multilingualism, but also multiculturalism, that is the only context where I, as well as my colleagues, have never felt discriminated due to the background we come from or the language we speak. There is a very respectful atmosphere towards everyone. English is the language that unites us all. It seems that this teacher is very satisfied with the issue of multilingualism at their university. And the main assets, as were listed by the teachers of multilingualism, are the following: more employability options, diversified learning, intercultural understanding and respect. The more languages you speak, the more knowledgeable you are. It opens your mind and it boosts your career, higher intellectual and cognitive abilities, creation of cultural awareness, appreciation of cultural awareness, adjustments in the society, become a citizen in the world, encourages language diversity, promotes linguistic diversity among people, and promotes lifelong learning in various languages. In conclusion, this study dealt with teachers' beliefs about multilingualism in higher education in North Macedonia. The research was conducted at 4 different universities, 2 state and 2 private ones. It offers interesting results obtained from a questionnaire which contained 5 domains. In response to the first research question related to teachers' beliefs about multilingualism, it can be concluded that all study participants shared common idea that people who speak more languages can learn additional ones easier because the brain is trained for language learning. Regarding research question 2 related to challenges teachers face during teaching in multilingual environments, they mentioned adapting course topics to the students, modifying assessment methods, knowledge of students L1, and modifying teaching materials. According to teachers, participants of this study, multilingual people have many assets and strongly believe that multilingual people are more knowledgeable than monolinguals. They have more employment options and are more aware and appreciate other cultures. What comes next? This was the first phase of research. I plan to conduct teachers' observations, which will be included later in this paper. There will be 8 observations, 2 per university, where a specific observation protocol will be used. And that was all. Thank you very much. Questions? If you have any questions, I will gladly answer them.